Hello, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I have been able to do a video, and today I am busy in the kitchen getting a lot of meal prep done, and so I thought I would kind of take you along to do that. If you are new around here, my name is Candace and I am homeschool mom to 11 children. And so when we do meal prep and cook meals, it's a pretty big event around here. So let me show you what I have been up to so far this morning. Over here, I've got a whole chicken going in my crock pot. Usually about every 2 weeks, I get 1 to 2 chickens in my crock pots and I just let them go. I cook them on high, usually for about 4 hours. I add some seasoning. And then when they are fully cooked and falling apart, I will take all of the meat off of them, throw all the bones and the skin right back in that crock pot. I'll add some onions, some celery, some carrots, and then I will make my chicken broth. And I usually set that on low and let it go all night for the most delicious, nutritious chicken broth. So I've got that going here for a few recipes like chicken enchiladas. I just love having shredded chicken frozen in my freezer, fully cooked, ready to go for whatever I need it for. And then over here we have our batch of refried beans. And again, usually about every 2 weeks, I get a batch of refried beans going. So this time I am doing what I call my cheat method. Our cheat method is starting with one of these giant cans of pinto beans, and we drain the beans very well, get them in the pot. We add 1 to 2 sticks of butter, and we just heat the beans through, mash them really good. They're not technically refried, but they taste delicious, and we use these for quesadillas and side dishes, if we're having enchiladas, lots of different things. So I always like to have refried beans on hand, ready to pull out to use for whatever we need it for. Now my non-cheat method, of course, is using dry beans from scratch, and we still do that very often, and I cook those several different ways, but it's a longer process. And over here, I cooked a lot of brown rice in the Instant Pot. This is probably about 8 cups of brown rice. We love doing the copycat Chipotle bowls, and so this brown rice will turn into the cilantro lime copycat rice from Chipotle. It is so delicious, and before you make it, you've got to start with cooked rice. And so how I did this, it was very simple. I'll just give you the 1 cup measurements. In the Instant Pot, you're gonna take 1 cup of brown rice. You wanna rinse it until it rinses clear. Throw that in your Instant Pot. I'll look at you while I'm giving you these instructions. And so you wanna take very thoroughly rinsed rice, and it doesn't matter if it's white or brown, and it's gonna be a cup of rice to 1 1/4 cup of liquid. In my case, I used chicken broth because I really enjoy it, kind of adding that background flavor, but water works just as well. You add a teaspoon of oil and a pinch of salt, and then you're going to set your crock pot. If you have a rice setting, you could do that, but for mine, I do have a rice setting, but it only brings it up as 10 minutes, which if you were making white rice, 10 minutes is perfectly fine. But for brown rice, you need to set it for between 22 and 24 minutes. So I just push the manual button, kick it up to 22 minutes, and I let it go. Once it is finished, you just do a natural release for 10 minutes, and it's perfect, ready to go. And what has been lots of fun is it has been storming here all morning, and the power keeps flickering on and off. And so I'm trying to cook all this food using my microwave, my Instant Pot, my crock pots, and my oven, which I'll show you what I've got in the oven and the microwave. But the power keeps flickering off, and I keep thinking, no, I have all these things that are using electricity and I cannot afford for the power to go out. But thankfully it looks like the big storm has passed. We might get some more rain, but for now I think we are okay. So back here in the kitchen in my oven, I have got spaghetti squash cooking in there. I am going to be making a spaghetti squash casserole. I'm going to be making a spaghetti squash casserole, and so I've got 2 spaghetti squashes in there so that I can make one to eat either today or tomorrow, and then one for the freezer. I don't know if you can see this all that well, but in the microwave I am defrosting hamburger, so that will be browned up for the spaghetti squash casserole. Okay, now for the big announcement that we have. Yay, woo! So one of the big reasons why I have not been filming, it's a good reason. So as you know, we went to Kenya, and yes, I still have tons of video footage that I really wish I had gotten made into videos. A lot of it's just still on my camera, and I have been lazy and not have gotten that uploaded to my computer. I'm hoping to do that just for documenting it for our sake, especially because it was such an incredible trip. But when I got home from Kenya, I had a lot of trouble getting over jet lag. I was so tired, and day after day I just kept thinking, when am I gonna feel normal again? When am I gonna get over this jet lag? Meanwhile, my husband was doing great. He had gone back to work. He was fine, and I could not get over jet lag. Well, finally, it occurred to me that, maybe something is going on here. And after a few more symptoms, I finally went and bought a pregnancy test, and woohoo, we are expecting. So I have been tired and of course going through morning sickness and trying to film and upload videos, and my dad does all the editing, but it's still quite a bit of work to get clips off my phone. I have to order them and get them sent off to my dad, and then he does the magic of putting it all together, and I'm so grateful for doing that. He has been asking, hey, we're gonna get some more videos done, and so my heart has wanted to, but my energy level and just not feeling well, I just haven't had it in me. So I am now about 13 and a half, almost, probably by the time you see this, we'll just say 14 weeks. I am just about over feeling sick. I still have days where it might kind of creep up, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. I'm still extremely exhausted. For those that don't know, I am 46 years old. So I know not many 46-year-olds are having babies these days, but we could not be happier. We are so grateful. We honestly thought Anna was our last baby. She turned 4. And so for us to go this long without having a baby, we just kind of assumed that was kind of the end of our childbearing days. And we were happy with whatever the Lord chose to give us, and we love our 11 children, and he has graciously blessed us with number 12. So we are very excited, and I just couldn't wait to share the news, and I'm so thankful to be feeling better, to finally get up a video. And so I will show you kind of a belly shot. So here we go. Yes, I'm huge. I look at least 6 months, maybe even close to 8 months, but that is pretty normal for me. I show very quickly. In fact, I was probably 6 or 7 weeks when I already had trouble buttoning my pants and things like that. And so, yeah, so I'm big, but that's okay. Usually in the second trimester, I slow down in the growth, and I also slow down in the weight gain. I've gained quite a bit of weight already. I try not to worry about that too much because for you ladies who have been in my shoes and you're trying to fight morning sickness, we've learned that the constant eating does keep it at bay a little bit. And so I'm constantly eating. For weeks, I was eating pretty much every hour, like full meals or popping handfuls of nuts in my mouth. And so I tried to keep it as nutritious as possible. But yeah, that does equal quite a bit of weight gain. So now that I am feeling better, all my babies are watching me right now. Y'all can come and get in the video if you want. here's my Ethan.
Hi.
His hair's looking quite dapper.
Chloe did it.
Chloe did his hair. That was sweet. It looks nice. Yeah, good job. So, where was I? Yeah, so now that I'm in my second trimester and I'm feeling a whole lot better, I've done a lot better with eating and spreading out those meals. I'm really trying to stay more on the low carb side, but I'm eating complex carbs like brown rice, black beans, that sort of thing. We've come through some birthdays and holidays, so I've definitely indulged in some treats here and there, but for the most part, I've tried to stick with just very nutrient-dense food, and that should help slow down the weight gain. I thought I would also just kind of fill in some other things that have been going on around here. Our son Seth graduated high school, so that was exciting. He is our third child, also our third homeschool graduate, and we had just a really nice, intimate celebration here at the house. Seth is very low-key. He did not want a big to-do. He had the option of walking a stage with some of his friends, but he just wanted something simple at home. And so my mom flew in, which was so great. Thank you, Mom, for doing that. And our second oldest daughter, Celeste, surprised him and flew in. So thank you, Celeste. That meant so much to him and to us. And so it was so wonderful to have family from out of town in to celebrate with us. He had a lot of his work friends and some church friends, and it was very special. So yeah, so we have another graduated child, and he, in about 3 weeks, he is going to leave for college. So pray for this mama, because when I think about it, I just get teary-eyed, and he is going to Missouri. He'll be going to College of the Ozarks. So we're in South Texas, so that's quite a ways away, and we will miss him. So that has been one of the things going on around here. Here is the almost finished product of my spaghetti squash casserole. It's actually called $1 Million Spaghetti Squash Casserole, and if you're familiar with the $1 Million spaghetti, it's basically the same thing. You're just subbing out the pasta for the spaghetti squash. And right here, it kind of looks like just a pile of meat sauce. But if you look down in this glass dish, you can kind of see the layers. There's like a cream cheese, sour cream layer in there with the spaghetti squash and the meat sauce. And so what I will do is I will probably bake this one for dinner tonight. And what you're gonna do is top these with mozzarella. So I will actually bake mine for a little while and then top it with mozzarella and then let it melt the cheese. This one I'll stick in the freezer as is, and will not put mozzarella on it until we are ready to eat it. And over here I've got my refried beans in the containers. One will go in the fridge, one will go in the freezer. My rice is probably cooled off now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that in the refrigerator, because I think we'll be making the cilantro lime rice within the next couple of days. And then over here I've got right at 2 hours left on my whole chicken. So when the timer goes off, I'll let it cool and then kind of process the chicken and continue on with my chicken broth. Well, I think I'm gonna close out for today. Thank you so much for watching. It's been so good to pick up the camera again and start filming, and I really hope this will be the beginning of many more videos to come. I hope you all are doing great, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.